Let's go back to City and Mateo Kovacic.
Yes.
Because Ilkay Gundogan is gone now. He's left, sadly, on a treble, so he couldn't have left in a better way. Kovacic is a replacement per se in terms of a midfielder, although in a different profile to Gundogan. Do you like the deal to start with? He's 29. He cost, I think, 30 or 35 plus bonuses with 1 year left on his contract at Chelsea. And what can he bring to this City team?
Again, it's one of those things where did Chelsea want to sell to a quote-unquote rival?
Yeah, I don't think so. I would not think so.
I like it. I think the fee itself, relatively speaking, isn't as big as, say, some of the other ones that we'll see in this transfer window. So that's a positive sign. I think bringing somebody in who's 29 means that these will likely be the best years of Kovacic's career because he understands the game. As you get older, you just see a different game. Physically, you can still do it, but mentally, you understand exactly how it works. Like City's, like the average age of City's team is getting towards late 20s already.
Yeah, 28, I think, the Champions League final. Yeah.
And that's a bunch of players that did what hadn't been done before.
Yeah.
I think there's a benefit to youth. There's a bigger benefit with experience surrounding it. So I think somebody coming in that understands the league and understands what it's like to, you know, potentially go on and win things or whatever. Because he won the Champions League 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and he's been around Madrid. He's done everything. Yeah. So I think it's a good deal. I'll be interested to see where they see him playing because he's not Gundogan. I think that's a really clear and obvious thing. Yeah. And it seems like City are perhaps in the market for another midfielder as well. Yeah. But I think to bring in somebody that can be competing for a starting spot and not think that there's ever going to be weakness should somebody drop out. Yes, that's the thing. Even if he's a squad member, you know that you can bring him on and he will do his stuff. And the funny thing about City as well, just jump in, is like everyone's a squad member, whether we like it or not. Yeah. In fact, I tell you,
I mean, some are a bit more.
Rodri, Haaland,
and KDB. He's still.
Yeah, KDB and Edison. But the rotations that would happen in other places throughout the season. Come the end of the season, you know what the starting 11 is. Yeah. But
and Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias is a starter every day. Come on.
Jules, the Manchester derby when it was 6-3, Ruben Dias was on the bench next to Laporte and the starting centre-backs were Ake and Akanji.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? And that at the time, that was the biggest game of the season.
Yeah.
So, again, as the season progresses, I think Guardiola is very good at sort of mixing most of the positions up. Yeah. And then by the end of the season, you know exactly what the team's going to be when every game matters to the point where if you lose it, everything's over. Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see how he does, how he fits in, what he adds to City, because I think he's a good ball carrier centrally as well. Yeah, so in the same way,
that's the thing.
In the same way that they can move it around, I like it. You can break the lines with the pass, you can break the lines with the dribble, and I think he's fantastic for that, so I like it.
And that's why I think he's such an added value to the squad, because, okay, De Bruyne progressive carries are great when he's on form and etc. I think Kovacic brings you another weapon like that. Yeah. And the press resistance that he has is amazing. So you're under pressure, and not that City are under pressure a lot in games, but you know that he can receive the ball and break it and turn. His turn and his first touches are so good. Yeah. So I like this deal a lot. I won't lie.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.